Alright, about ready to start. You guys ready for a new Castlevania tonight? Because that's what's happening, whether you like it or not. We're back on the Wii U. The Elements of Harmony. Yeah, sure. Turn on. There it goes. Must be an MLPX Castlevania crossover. Man, that's loud. That's quite the crossover considering Draculaura is already here. We can go ahead and stop the Spyro music. Speaking of Spyro, that's what I've been spending my time playing today. Oh, apparently I had 3D World in the Wii U. And the volume up on my TV. This is how you can tell that I was recording footage, is that, like, whenever I'm just recording footage, I typically mute my computer and then listen to it through the TV, because through like, XSplit or OBS or whatever else, I typically get about a second of lag that isn't normally present. What's the volume at? About 44? Alright, that ought to be good. Alright, so this one is the one I have the second most amount of experience with out of the GBA trilogy. I've played through Aria of Sorrow here, like, 3 times. This one, I've only really played through about 1.5, whereas this one, before streaming it, I had never finished the playthrough. So, this will be interesting moving forward. As we're about to get into the games that I actually, like, know shit about. Just occurred to me. It'll probably load up where I left off. Yeah, it will. Give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and navigate us out of here without hitting any spoilers. There we go. Speaking of, I went to Walmart and the whole aisle is Barbie now. They took out the much better Monster High dolls. Oh. Yeah, no, the Dracula from Circle of the Moon is a nightmare. It's terrible. This one is significantly more fun. The best final boss out of the GBA games is still probably Aria, but this one's pretty weird, honestly. Start a new game here, and I'll just name us... I think I already have a file named after the main character, so we'll just name it after me. 50 years have passed since Simon Belmont vanquished the curse of Dracula. Fate has dictated that I'm not really sure, blood descendant of the Belmont family, hunt for the relics of Dracula. One day, Just's best friend, Maxim, who had set out on a training expedition 2 years earlier, returned unexpectedly, his body covered with wounds. He informs Just that Liddy, a childhood friend who they both care deeply about, had been kidnapped. Maxim has completely lost his memory of his time training away from home, and only has vague images of the kidnapping. Ignoring his bodily injuries, Maxim leads Just to the place where he believes Liddy is being held captive. Passing through thick fog, the two men happen upon a castle undocumented on any map. Could this be the fabled Dracula's castle? God, I keep fucking this up. Standing solemnly in the night, this foreboding castle welcomes its unexpected guests as the moonlight shines upon it. Maxie's a Pokemon character. This is clearly Pokemon. Until next game, when it becomes literally Pokemon. I wasn't crazy. The file select had a remix of the name entry theme from the FDS version of Castlevania 1. Oh, really? See. So you truly believed that Liddy was brought to this castle? My memory fails me, but this seems to be the place. Don't you believe me? I know better than anyone that you are not the type to lie. Just. Okay. I guess he's hurt. Still. Fucking idiot. Just go to a save point. Are you alright? I'm fine. It's Liddy you should be concerned about, not me. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you. You have my word. Okay then, I'll see you inside. Okay, so, already we're into the gameplay. We get our, fabled, ragdoll whip back. This must be a dude because Juice looks like a lady. Alright, now, the main gimmick of this game? You are fast! The, dash doesn't really have... Oh, fuck. Doesn't really have, like, a cooldown. Can I even hurt this thing? I don't even know. Hard boss. Alright, that was pretty good. Moving on. Surprise, surprise, it opens on the entrance, and... yeah, we're up for a pretty standard Metroidvania adventure, which will be a nice change of pace from, Lament of Innocence. Which was sort of anything but. Sub-weapons, whips. It's pretty classic Vania style, which makes sense considering it takes place in that era. The shadow wiggling around behind the curtain. Yeah, it's a peeper eye. These wonderful things, my favorite enemies. Oh look, we already hit a dead end. Now, if you're curious about the control setup for this game, it's pretty much what you expect. A is jump, B is whip, but yeah, demo's over. Go home, everybody. L and R dash independently of which direction you're facing. So no matter what, if you think, oh shit, gotta dodge to the left, you have a button that's dedicated to that. Leather boots, let's equip those. The equip select is a little odd in this one because only the body slot is guaranteed. Anything else can be equipped to these 3 slots. Anything. Which I think is actually pretty nice. That's for a lot more versatility with your setup. Although it does take away some of the structure that I think new players will be a little put off by. Soul Orb, I believe that is a relic? Yeah. Recognize how much damage an enemy has received. So, yeah, damage numbers visible. Pretty sure later we'll get enemy names visible as well. Like, the more you play this one, the more you realize this one's just gonna sort of be Symphony, but on the Game Boy, and... Yeah, no. Symphony, but on the Game Boy. I'm gonna fill out a fucking fruit chart? What does that mean? Oh, I'll take that. Decent sub-weapon right there. Life max up. Take it. Now, we actually can't do anything about this yet, so we'll be coming back to that later. A fruit rating chart? Am I rating fruits now? Am I gonna sit down on stream and do some epic fruit reviews and be like, man, the banana is like really good fruit. I give that one like an 8 out of 10. And then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna be like, man, I really do not like the Tangelo. So I'm gonna give that a 0 out of 10. I don't even think that's a real fruit. I'm 90% sure that was made up by Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Hello, Whale. Nice to see you. A list of overrated fruits? Dude, fuck apples. They're so overrated. Whenever someone's like, yeah, apples are my favorite fruit, I fucking roll my eyes. Like, come on, what a basic bitch choice. Haven't you even tried passion fruit? John. That reminds me of, recently I've been having some interesting experiences. If you guys don't know, in my spare time that I don't spend, streaming here, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Locally. Very alright, fun game, gets me out of the house. I wouldn't recommend playing it yourself. Ever, actually. Like, maybe some of the video games are alright, but, like, don't actually play the card game. But, one of the guys that shows up, recently, like, started talking to me about Sonic. And keep in mind, I don't really advertise these streams to, like, the local, players. Oh yeah, if you enjoy eating paste and not doing anything and staring at your cards all day, then Yu-Gi-Oh's the game for you. I think it goes without saying I'm going to be keeping the holy water. The sub-weapons in this game pretty much retain their exact usefulness that they had before. All the attacks are basically the same. The cross has been nerfed. However, the holy water now has distance on it, which is interesting. Anyways, I was, oh, can't do anything about this yet. One of the guys, like, just walked up to me. Keep in mind, this is not one of the ones that normally plays Yu-Gi-Oh! He plays, like, other card games. He just hangs around the store. I don't really talk to him ever, but he walks up to me and he just starts talking to me about Sonic, and like, no one in that building knew I was a fan of Sonic, so I was just like, okay, sure. And at some point, he just said some, like, really stupid shit. I don't even remember what it was. It was just something along the lines of, like, mentioning how Sonic Adventure has, like, a secret unlockable big fishing minigame or something. And I just had to break my silence and be like, hey, That's like an entire story of the game. Remember the one that put glue on their desk in schools and dry it? It looks so cool. I think I used to do that when I was like 10, maybe. Halt! The color of your soul! You must be a Belmont! That is correct. This overwhelming power. Death? Huh. Both of them were just like, your aura's off. I know who you are. Indeed. Which means this, in fact, is Dracula's castle. That might be true, though the power here, that is here is not my lord's. What do you mean? I must go now. We shall meet again, son of Belmont. Okay, bye. Put your hands in it to look like you were peeling dead skin. That sounds on brand for you, Jay. Ooh, give me that. Castle map. We can see the areas that we have to explore. Is there stuff down here we can check out? Oh, wait a minute. If I remember right, we actually don't want to go down there just yet. We'll die. Bad. Give Death a Kamek voice? I can't. I can't go that shrill on command. All I can really do is the hello! Again, Death makes the mistake of not destroying his enemy when he's weak. Right? I'm curious. Is that... Nope. One thing I noticed on my practice playthrough of this game, not really a whole lot of, like, destroyable walls in this one. Like, Circle of the Moon, especially when I went back to, like, do some of the map completion, has a lot of destroyable walls. Maybe Castlevania 1 proved to him it doesn't matter how much of an advantage he has. Yeah, probably. Just, oh fuck, this guy's holding the holy water, I'm leaving. Also, what an awful enemy to fill the opening area with. You know, the one with an extremely long range that can block against most attacks. Bad enemy. Ooh, Ice Book. That's an interesting... Yeah, the Whip Jiggle's here. It doesn't really show up a whole lot later, but I'm really happy that they brought that back for Simon's... I think this is canonically Simon's grandson? I'm not really sure, though. Anyways, if we go to the spellbook, we can turn on Ice Book, and it adds ice elements to our sub-weapons. And it makes them cost MP instead of hearts. Now, I gotta find a save point. Start practicing my Toad voice in preparation for Kamek. I definitely can't do Toad. Like, Toad is outside my vocal range. I do not go that shrill. I can do a good bland monotone, and that's about it. Which is perfect for Castlevania, because, you know, symphony. Paper Mario Origami King is giving me trauma. I've heard it's not good. Is this, like, true, or is this internet people being mad again? Let's try using the axe for a little bit. Because if it's internet people being mad, I'll just ignore it. Oh. Oh, okay. Definitely don't want to go in there. That's probably a save room up here. I was right. So these are the save rooms. I don't think I mentioned when we were in one before. It's great and everything, but the fact that there's no EXP. Oh, they fucked it up again? You know Chugga's mad? Yeah, I heard about that too. Alright, first boss. Who could have seen this coming? One thing you're going to notice about this game is that it's not very difficult as far as Castlevania is concerned. A lot of bosses go down pretty quick, and they don't really add a whole lot to the game, which is one thing I definitely noticed. I mean, it's cool that there's a lot of bosses that are, like, technically completely optional in this one. Oh, okay. Guess I'll just miss with that, and that one. Yeah, no, it kind of sucks. There's a lot of bosses in this game that are just optional entirely. Why are they so apprehensive about bringing back all the staples? I don't know. I really don't know. It's not like there's some other Nintendo, like, RPG series that people are going towards that's, like, in the same style. Like, I really don't understand why they think they need to not do that. The exploration is great and the humor is as good as ever. Nice graphics and music and story for Mario, but there's no EXP. Paper Mario's always had a good story. I would have to do some of my own research on Origami King. You know, I'm generally pretty apprehensive to take what the crowd thinks about any video game at, like, face value. I don't know, might just be the Sonic player in me being like, hey, everyone except you is wrong. But... Cough, cough, Sticker Star. Sticker Star has a worse story than Tetris. Oh, come on, let me grab the stone. There we go, redstone. This is another mechanic of this game. You can equip these to your whip to give it elemental properties and just a general small attack buff. So currently my whip deals fire damage and has an extra 2 attack. That looks fake. It's not. Everyone except me is probably wrong. This is always the case. I'm gonna take this just because it hits more often. Fairy Journal! I believe that tells me the names of enemies as I hit them. I'm not gonna head into the other area just yet. I'm gonna keep exploring this one. All I know is during my practice playthrough, I got my ass kicked by the area behind that door. Even though it's technically where I'm supposed to go next, I need to explore this area more before I commit to going anywhere else in-game. Kamek changes all of your stickers in Sticker Star? Oh. Oh, okay, can't get that heart max. A heart max, and then up there appears to be an item that we can't grab. I'll be back for it, I guess. Honestly, I'd yell at you for spoiling Origami King in the chat, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anyone actually really wants to play it all too bad. Like, Jay, you don't seem very interested in it, despite your attachment to that series. Let's see, where do we want to go next? Oh god. Oh shit. Okay, gotta use a potion here. By the way, the potions heal most of our health right now. So yeah, already huge upgrade over the previous title on the Game Boy Advance. Oh, come on. That enemy is brutal. Thankfully, he's standing right next to a life max. Now, this thing, locked. Can't do anything with it yet. Honestly, I don't blame you for not having a desire to play it. Considering the past 3 Paper Marios have all been meh at best, and really, really, like, offensively bad at worst. You know? Maybe people, like, aren't interested anymore in Nintendo. And I gotta say, having this one be announced, like, only, like, what, a month before it came out? Making a game like this, I'd be half tempted to put in a locked door that you just can't open ever. Me too. If you glitch past, you enter a really weird room with some hidden message. Oh yeah, for our sort of local hangout, like, game nights, we were playing through Thousand Year Door and sort of voicing all the characters. Hence, Jay's Kami Koopa voice getting brought up earlier, because it's actually perfect. One of these days I'll get him to do that voice, and put it in something that I produce. Oh yeah, no, stupid fucking COVID making it so I'll never see the ending of Thousand Year Door. Fun fact, I got that game at GameStop for like $30. And apparently it's worth like more than that, so I just got really lucky. I haven't even commented on the area we're in. I did not name the baby Yoshi Little Tay. I don't remember what our baby Yoshi is named. I know that we just got it in like our last play session. I think we named him Shits. I think that was his name. I'd have to start the game up again. But I think his name was Shits. Considering we've been referring to all the areas by different names. We've been to Pedo Meadows, where all the children go to. We've been to Boobily Woods, because Oprah's there, and she's a cloud with tits. Fans of the game hearing me like say those 2 sentences right there, one after another, probably was just like a fucking gut punch. And then we went to Shitsville. Because it's just a bunch of fights. So it's Shitsville. We'll get there, Jay. We'll get there. Isn't your favorite area, like, literally next? After we get through Boobly... Not Boobly Woods. Shitsville. Use another potion. See, notice the drop rates for potions are actually, like, decently high, and... they actually show up in the castle sometimes, and they heal more than 50 HP in a game where you start with 300. Your favorite area is Chapter 7? Okay. Wait a minute, I already fought him. I'm not gonna bother going up there. Let's see what's through here. I know that this area really doesn't have like a save point in it, oddly enough. Oh look! It's the thing that gave Desmond Belmont trouble, but no one else. Finally beat Chaos Wars yesterday after so long of not doing it. It's nice to have closure. Hey, proud of you. Oh, no, that's the Beast Mine is one of the last stars? Okay. Oh look, another locked door. Can't do anything about that one. Chapter 6, you mean? We made it to, what, chapter 4? 3? I think we made it to 3, actually. Ooh, Silk Cloak. Okay. We're on 3? Yeah. That's Shitsville. Yeah, there's kind of a reason we named it Shitsville. Because we were, like, going into it, everyone was like, alright, be prepared, this next area is, like, terrible. Because it's, like, actually just, like, fight after fight after fight after fight. There's no exploration in it whatsoever. Fun fact about that game, it's possible to get yourself into an unwinnable situation if you don't level the main character up enough, don't have enough healing items, and save at a specific time without any backup saves. I'm assuming this is Chaos Wars and not Mario. Because I'd buy that out of Chaos Wars, honestly. That game probably isn't the most well-built. Oh my god, these lizard men? I hate them. Always have, always will. They're super obnoxious. But oh well. They go down decently fast, for the most part. Oh yeah, no, you can win most of the fights in Shitsville, by just blowing everyone away with, Oprah. It's actually really funny. There's very few of them you actually have to fight. Unpopular opinion, Mario RPG on SNES is bad. Haven't played enough of it to really make up my mind. Oh, I got one of them. Can't slide, can't do anything there. All I really know about Mario RPG is that it's, like, through and through a SNES RPG. It's not really like Paper Mario or the Mario and Luigi games. It has barely any gimmicks in it. You can really tell it was made by Square. Stack with Mario, Gino, heal with Peach, same strat every battle. Yeah, it's baby's first RPG. I mean, you can't really fault it for trying to be beginner-friendly in a market that really was not friendly to RPGs at the time. Like, yeah, Japan loved JRPGs. The US market, though? Nah. The drumstick heals a lot, actually. I'm willing to bet there is nothing after this guy. Ooh. Where does that go? I have no idea. Energy circle. Oh, if I remember right, if we equip this, it gives us the circle of the moon spin, as opposed to the Belmont one. Let's see. There's one chapter in the main character, Hyoma, must battle another character one-on-one. There's no indication this is about to happen. It's in the middle of a story mission, which means you can't exit the mission if you save during it. Oh my god. I knew I was going to take damage there, but it's better than fighting the victory armor at this point. I'll play FF6 eventually. I know it's really good. I just have never really gotten around to actually playing it. I own like a SNES copy of it and everything. In fact, I was recently shocked to take inventory on a lot of the stuff that, like, a lot of the games that I own, and I own most Final Fantasies, actually. I think the only ones I'm missing, like, physical copies of are, like, I don't have a physical copy of 4 PSP, which comes with the After Years, which I'd like to try someday, so I'd love to pick that up. But I have the DS copy of 4. I have a Japanese SNES copy of 5 that I picked up for a few bucks, which I can play because I have a Retron that lets me apply those English patches. But yeah, no, I think I own the rest of them. I don't have a physical copy of 7, but I own it digitally. Same goes with 9. Although copies of FF9 are actually not expensive at all. I could get one really cheap if I wanted to. I could get a new one really cheap if I wanted to, actually, as long as I settled for the greatest hits version. Oh, and I don't own 11, but, you know, FF11. Heh. No. Never playing that one. FF13 best one? That's actually one of the only ones I've beaten, believe it or not. And I've beaten, quote unquote. I made it to the final boss, realized that the thing was a bullshit brick wall with a time limit, and decided, nah, you know what? I'm done. Oh look, it can't attack me anymore. There we go. I will say, FF13, I have very mixed feelings on. Oh. Maxim, are you alright? Oh, is that you? I'm glad you're alright. What's wrong with you? Standing around in a daze leaves you vulnerable. I think I've been in this castle before. What did you say? I can't clearly recall, but I think I've been here before. Your memory is coming back to you? It seems so. I've been feeling strange since coming to the castle. If we continue a little further, perhaps I may be able to recall something. Come on, let's go together, Maxim. No, if we're going to find Liddy, we must be... well, we must separate. We'll cover more ground. Yes, you are right. Be careful, just. Watch your back too, Maxim. Gotta really hit that symphony range. He's hard, but really completely fair? Are you talking about Orphan? Spoilers for FF13, real quick. Orphan is like the example I have of just a completely bullshit boss fight. It's terrible. I think the only time Luke's Chaos Wars are for getting optional characters and such. Of course, I never tell you about this. Oh boy, second boss fight. This time I'm gonna try to not spam holy water to kill him. Oh, the final boss of FF6. Okay. I thought you were talking about Orphan for a second. And I was like, no, that fight's like fucking terrible. What are you talking about? I like completely stopped playing the entire game because I made it to Orphan and I was like, nah, this isn't doable. He just literally disables you. He turns off your ability to act for like 30 seconds at a time, and then will do his like stupid fucking party wiping move and poison you. Engaging boss fight. And he's dead. Grab the orb that drops. Orphan can die in a smelly hole. I never beat him. Me neither. Orphan's fucking terrible. Alright, and what did that unlock? Oh look, the place we were earlier. And it gives us the ability to slide. Which means we can go back and get that HP max. If I can remember where it is. Yeah, no, as we move through the castle, you guys are gonna get, like, get a taste of what I talk about when I say that this game's bosses are really, like, unsubstantial and not great. They're all really easy, for the most part, with the exception of, like, maybe one or two of them. And other than that, like, they don't feel like they advance the game, and some of them don't even unlock abilities. Like, you just beat them, and then there's an empty room after them with, like, some optional item, and it's like, okay, but why did I just fight an entire boss for a life max-up? Oh, you wanted to use your ultimate move? Let me just casually counter that. Now your power is drained for nothing, and I'm gonna hit your party with a potential insta-death move. Yeah, Orphan plays exactly like you just described. Terrible boss fight. I've toyed with the idea of going back to FF someday. I've considered it. I mean, it would ultimately come down to what you guys think. But it would have to be at some point in time when I'm able to stream for longer. Because no one wants to sit there and watch me grind for just an entire stream, and that's it. That's the stream. Because that's what FF3 was going to turn into if I had continued it. Not a fan of Fire Emblem, being totally honest. FF15 is BTS Simulator. It really is. It's just boy band simulator. I've heard very mixed things about it. I've heard that the game's basically unfinished. But what is there is like sort of... It's fairly enjoyable if you can look past all of the problems. Fire Emblem seems like it drives me insane. Me too. It's either do you want to play in permadeath mode or waifu mode, and that's really like the options you're left with. Ooh, actually, let's see what the Bible does when it's ice. Oh, okay. I'll use this for a while. Yeah, I'm terrible at strategy RPGs. I'm not a fan of them at all. I've tried to play my fair share of them, but I've never been successful in getting through any of them. Take me ages to get anywhere in the story because I've reset if any unit died. Me too. Like, I've been playing Mystery Dungeon lately, and that's, like, exactly what I'm doing. I just reset if I die. Like, the game doesn't punish it, and, like, fuck, I'm not gonna deal with just losing half of my shit. So learning where to find new recruits hidden or otherwise unreasonable conditions are the best ending. Monster Tome! I believe that compiles information of all of the enemies. Here, let me check. No. Relics, there we go. See the data, yep. So if we go to Secret Info, we now have Encyclopedia, and we can see there's 17 pages worth of enemies in this game. Oh, why is the last page just victory armor? Okay. Hidden distant items you don't even have a 100% chance of finding when you pass over them. It reminds me of, curious how many people in the chat have played FF1. I know a good, like, at least one of you guys has, seen me play it. Maybe two of you if B is still there somehow. Shout out to you, B, if you're still watching. Yeah, I think it's actually time that we head down that shaft that we looked at earlier that we couldn't do. But yeah, in FF1, there's a point in the game where you have to, like, go into the desert. I'm gonna keep the book for a little bit. You have to, like, go into the desert and look for, I think it's like a hidden oasis. Anyways, the Oasis is, like, completely hidden on the world map. Like, completely fucking hidden. It is fucking, like, kind of stupid how you're expected to find it. You just have to wander in the desert until you hit the exact tile that you need, and then it takes you into, oh, I guess we're heading through the Room of Illusion now. If I remember, I'd actually want to turn around first, because there's a save point there, I think. Shout out to this room design, by the way. It's really good. Oh no, there's just a life max over here, okay. I'll take it. Really go attach to your units, and when they do gooder, you're like, yeah, kick his ass. Eh. I'd rather do that with a game that doesn't threaten to literally kill them forever every 2 seconds. Fancy bandana, let's see if that's better. The fuck does this thing increase? Nothing. Alright, sure. Alright, this room's really trippy. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, if you want a quick way through these rooms, slide through them. You did save states halfway through each level. That seems like the easiest way to play Fire Emblem, honestly. Lucky Charm. We're going to be using that later. It's a piece of equipment that increases luck. Oh yeah, this is the biggest brain text box. For some reason, things look a bit different than they did before. I wonder if it's because you're in an entirely different section of the map, Juiced. I wonder. Alright, welcome to the Castle Treasury. ever heard of a chapter in Fire Emblem 7 called Battle Before Dawn? I have not. I haven't played Fire Emblem. I might never, honestly. Okay, we don't want to head that way just yet. We'll actually get murdered if we try. We head down here. We can't do everything down here yet. But... okay. Looks like I'm killing this guy regularly. Can I... ooh, I can get up there. Demoted to regular enemy. Yeah, already. In the same fucking stream. This boss enemy is, like, already getting demoted. But that's okay, because all the bosses in this game are just regular enemies cosplaying as bosses. Except for the bat at the beginning. There he goes. And this area is blocked off by a rock, so we can't do anything about that. The one where Zephiel has to survive for 15 turns, but all manner of shit is coming to obliterate him. That sounds like a nightmare. Bomb armors. What other game are those in? Dracula X Chronicles? I don't think they show up in Symphony. But I'm pretty sure they're in Dracula X Chronicles. Didn't struggle with that. Struggled with the one with Vita. That one pissed me off. Good job, Juiced. Now, you guys will notice there's an absence of a certain system that was the bane of my fucking existence previously. I don't have to grind for cards in this game. In fact, there's barely any rare enemy drops I'm gonna have to grind for. In fact, I don't think there's any at all. This game should be much smoother than the previous ones. Chapters like on the hardest setting. It's detailed in worst levels ever 12 by who is this Git. Don't worry, he doesn't shit on Fire Emblem. I'm not really concerned about... Oh, is it time for this already? Everyone, we just stumbled across the most important item in Castlevania history. The chair. Which one's Fire Emblem 7? Which one is that? Is that Fates? Is that Three Houses? Which one is that? I don't really follow Fire Emblem. Juice will finally end the nightmare with a chair. We beat the final boss and it hard cuts to like one of those WrestleMania video games where Juice just hits Dracula over the head with a chair. It's the first English one? Oh my god! It's one of the Game Boy Advance ones, right? Let's use a healing item. The Blazing Blade? Okay. By the way, curse in this game makes you move slow. It's really a really funny application of the idea of a curse mechanic. It's just like, mwahaha, Juiced, I've got you this time. You can no longer run. You have to walk through this castle like a normal human being. Best one, probably just nostalgia. I don't know anything about Fire Emblem. All I know is people aren't happy with Fates, I'm pretty sure, because that one had like a dumb 3 version gimmick that no one liked. And then, people seem to like Awakening. People seem to really like the GameCube one, or the Wii one, one of the two. No, both of them. People like both of them. I believe those are the Radiance games. I have to ride the elevator, even if we're just coming straight back from it. People really like the new one. Oh yeah, the Persona one. Whatever the new one's called. 3 Houses, maybe? I think that might be it. Yeah, I think it's 3 Houses. B seems to really like it. Alright, we can't do anything up here yet. One thing I gotta say on the subject of that whole nostalgia thing, right? Like, oh yeah, it's probably just nostalgia, but... like, honestly, I kinda hate that viewpoint. A lot, actually. Because, let's just assume it is nostalgia, right? Like, the only reason you like that game is because you played through it when you were a kid and you have really fond memories of it, right? Okay, so is that not a valid reason to like a video game? Like... I'd say it's a valid reason to like a game. If it's still a game you can sit down and enjoy, you know. Like, I don't see the issue with it. It's another thing that really bothers me about He Who Shall Not Be Named's review of a certain Blue Hedgehog video game is that, like, he really attacks this idea that people only enjoy things out of nostalgia for whatever reason. Oh, whoa, what a nice room. Maybe a bit tasteless, perhaps with some furniture. Okay, I guess I'll try putting this down right here. Yeah, that's it. This is just a room that you fill with furniture that you find lying around the castle. Yeah, see, the chair was super important, guys. We gotta remember, it's down here. I always lose this fucking room. Always. Should I go that way? Not yet. I'll explore a little bit more. Surround a room filled with furniture that's really good, actually, right? Oh, yeah, let's not explore the Luminous Cavern just yet. There's one more branching path I want to check out. And it's up here. They left in the nani when you, like, get hit. They didn't Englishify that. I find that to be hilarious. Fucker. Oh my god. This game is such like a breeze to play in comparison to Circle of the Moon. Notice, I can actually like control my jump now. And you know, juiced moves like a video game character and not a wax museum figure being posed over and over again. Wait, it had to approve the term degenerate? Oh my god. Twitch, come on. Let's see, a cloth tunic. Why is this better than leather? Yeah, it didn't stop it this time. No, it was degenerate that it was blocking. Because I can see in the chat right now that Jay added the term degenerate to the okayed list. It was waifu? I think it was both. Because I see used, or Fake Smiley 7 used slash add permitted term waifu and slash add permitted term degenerate. I wonder if any Castlevanias had as much of a leveling imbalance as Saturn Symphony. Gain access to the cursed prison very early, and though the enemies that are going to destroy you, they also die insanely fast. Yeah, I don't think any Castlevania game really since has had that much of an issue with its levels. I mean, to be honest, a good chunk of that is the fact that a lot of them are way less open as you move through the series. Like this game, it may look like there's a lot of branching paths, but a lot of them either lead nowhere or lead to dead ends that you can do nothing about. Ooh, bronze armor. Go ahead and equip that. God, these skeletons feel much stronger than they normally are. Classic Mania really got it right with the skeleton HP. One hit takes them down, but they're a nuisance from far away, so you have to get close enough. That's true, we all have to get Husbandos. I call Alucard. It doesn't block fuck. Wait, you didn't see the last part? It specifically mentioned the Saturn one because the prison's enemies have so much experience, it's staggering, and continue to do so for a while? Holy shit. Jesus, how long has it been since a save point? Game, please chill. Oh, we can't do anything about that enemy yet. I might be able to kill it if I really try, but I don't want to take the risk. Hey, look, a side table. Oh my god, it had to add fuck LMFAO waifu? Twitch, what the fuck? Why does it block waifu? Bizarre developments in chat tonight. So when we get furniture for our apartment, we gotta go to a decrepit castle. Yep, we have to just... Hey, we're missing a side table. Alright, let me go to the skeleton cave real quick. Wait a minute. It's blocked the word dad before? Ooh, rock leather. Let's see if that's better. Oh my god, we just keep getting better armor, and I don't even have, like, luck items equipped. We just get good drops. Oh, look, a stuffed stag. Chat's getting kinky tonight. Juiced! There you are! What's happened, Maxim? Have you found Liddy? How dare you ask me of Liddy? You're one of her captors, aren't you? Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Forget it. I know not the scope of your power, Belmont, but I will not let you have her. What's happened to you? You're not your normal self. I got new powers to surpass your strength. But first, the woman. Farewell. May you rot away within the walls of this castle. Wait, Maxim. Was that truly Maxim? Do my eyes and ears deceive me? Oh, it wasn't Twitch, it was a streamer. Yeah, no, I guess splitting up in the Den of Evil is probably not the best idea. Just maybe. Do the Belmont families, like, not tell each other what's in the castles? Considering the fact that, as of this point, you know... Oh, thank God. As of this point in time, the doppelganger had been a thorn in the Belmont side for, like, centuries. They'd be like, hey, watch out, some people may not be who they say they are, you know? Like, that's one theory that you could come up with about what's happening to Maxim there. But nah, just split up. It's fine. Which does not block Uwu, you are correct. They have a history with possessing would-be heroes. Oh god, not to mention Christopher Belmont. He's pretty close to Simon's time, actually. I'm kind of amazed that that information wasn't passed down, you know, what happened to Soleil. Because that's another theory about Maxim that you could have at this point. Of course, I know what's going on. It's just... It's so stupid, I don't know if explaining it would actually make any sense. But all in due time, of course. Hey, boss room. Oh, this boss is actually really cool. So, the thing on the ground comes up, and we get to fight a skeleton out from under it. Alright, I guess he just really likes cornering me. Knock him, or knock the sword and shield loose, and then... Oh. Have to be on the upper platform. Even if you're in the air, he'll just hit you. Alright. Knock the shield loose again. He loses his head. So I fought the worst bosses, one of them being my own son. You guys better watch yourselves. And now the shield's melted away. It's given him access to basically his full range of movement and his disgusting chest laser. I better use the healing item. Let's use a potion. Come on. There we go. Is that a Nova Skeleton tier chest laser? No, it's not quite as strong, sadly. Or luckily. Yeah, I'm gonna go with luckily. So that, you know, it's not a nightmare. Anyways, we now have the ability to double jump. And I know what you're thinking, hey, this is really fucking early for a double jump ability. And the answer is, yeah, you're right. This is really early for a double jump ability. I don't know why the game's structured to give you this ability, like, immediately. Literally within the first, like, what, hour? Yeah, in the first hour. And our map completion's already at 36%. The answer is don't complain, yeah. Skeleton tail. I'm gonna stick with the good old Bible. Well, this isn't an area I've been to. Also, you'll notice there's money here. Unlike in Circle of the Moon, where there was no shop, this game will eventually be getting a shop. Meaning you can grind for, like, potions and shit. Like, way better than you could. And considering the fact that the potions actually, like, do shit. Ooh, leather cap. I don't think that's actually better than anything we have equipped, so... One thing I will say is that hearts as a resource in this game feel really underpowered and, like, worthless. There's not really... Is there... No, there's not an exit to that room. Got it. Okay. There's not really anything... Ooh, big skeleton. Like, that they're used for once you get the first book. Because there's no reason to use the original. Like, the regular sub-weapons. Not when, like, the advanced versions can blow out entire rooms. Like, instantly. Huh. These guys still have their death animation from the other games. You can still throw knives like a machine gun? Let's check that next time we see a knife. I believe that you can, but, you know, they're knives. They only deal, like, 1 damage. Okay. I think we can leave the skeleton cave now. Will we ever get Kid Icarus 4? No. Alright, let me think where we can go. I believe we can go up that tower now, I think. We could also go through the Luminous Cave, which is probably where the game wants me to go, honestly. We can check the knife. Hold on. Let me swap these again. Okay, the knife like that does that, and then spellbook, turn off. Yes, it's still a fast knife system. Okay. I was expecting, like, this to be one of those enemy rooms. Because that tends to be how they're structured, but, you know, whatever. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is ass easy. You played on beginner, Whale? What'd you expect? Even normal mode, like, loads all the bosses' decks up with 0 cards. Alright, can we go this direction? Let's try it. So yeah, meet the skeleton spider. This obnoxious little fucker, really likes walking backwards into walls. No, we can't enter them. We just have to wait for him to decide to walk out of them, and then we can hit them again. And if we try to go up and ignore them, yeah, they'll just walk out of it, and then we can't get back down without taking damage, so... You know, whatever, it's fine. Ankle guards! Shogun at first, but I replayed Marluxia, beat him with no damage in both forms. Whale, you're still on easy mode. Ankle guards. Nope. There we go. Yeah, it's the best piece of equipment we have for that slot. Sonic Blade and Ragnarok will not make it, like, get you through the entire game. I can confirm. Not on normal. If you want to know the name of the command that breaks normal mode, by the way, it's Time Splicer. Which even then, good luck getting it, like, not interrupted. Should you do Kingdom Hearts 2 on Proud? Honestly, yeah. 2 on Proud isn't more difficult, really, than normal. All it is, like, occasionally you'll deal with an enemy pattern that's a bit more sophisticated than it is on normal. And early game, you'll get your butt kicked, I promise you. Like, maybe not in, like, the first world, but once you hit Beast's Castle, man, good luck. yeah, no, you can't really, like, throw advice out there for Chain of Memories, if you've only played the game on beginner. Which, like, to be honest, I can't blame you for only playing the game on beginner, because that game is a pile of garbage. But, I don't know. Ragnarok and Sonic Blade are, like, not even that good in normal mode. Proud Kingdom Hearts 2 is like normal Kingdom Hearts 1. That is an accurate comparison. They're about equal in difficulty. Nothing up here we can really do. Sadly. It's this thing again. Yay. Oh well, at least it's not as big of an issue. Of course, witches are here. This game's interesting because it has the most distinct visual style of all the Game Boy Advance games, with Juice's, like, blue outline and, like, after images when he jumps and dashes and shit. And the enemies sort of fall into a similar line. About how many damn times do I have to go to Olympus Coliseum? You mean in each of the games? It's in almost every game. I think the only ones that a Hercules World is not present in is, like, Dream Drop Distance, 0.2, but that really doesn't have, like, any Disney Worlds in it. It's basically all Kingdom Hearts stuff. Oh boy, Scarecrows. These guys are actually really easy here. Walking under them actually doesn't damage you. Yeah, it's encoded as well. It's really terrible encoded, too. It's a fucking, like, turn-based RPG area for some reason. And I really don't understand it. Anyways, it's never really a super boring area, I'd say. Let's see, is that where I want to go? Yes. Another warp room, guys. It's not a good turn-based RPG, no. I'll let's play the game someday if you guys are really curious about what's in the game. Because that's not one people have really played much of. Eat the drumstick. To make sure I can make it through here. Oh. Juiced, have you found Liddy? You're Maxim, aren't you? Hey, what do you mean by that? Nothing. Forget it. So tell me, how do you fare? I have found nothing yet, but my memory is slowly coming back to me. Really? So Liddy is somewhere in this castle after all? Yes, I'm sure of that now, and I know that I have also been here before. And there is something I think you should know. Go ahead. You can tell me anything. You can't tell me anything. The day you inherited the title of Vampire Hunter, I felt as if a wall had been erected between us, and for that reason I set out on my expedition. I wanted to be better than you, and relieve some of your fate. Long ago, you told me of Dracula's remains. Do you remember that? Yes, I remember. The story of how my grandfather, Simon, gathered Dracula's remains and destroyed them to undo his curse. I thought my wishes would be granted if I too could gather and destroy them. What? You found them? According to legend, it's still too early for Dracula's resurrection. It's not like anyone is cursed right now, either. At first, I was doubtful that I could find all his remains. but I uncovered 6 parts, as if guided by a higher being. That's impossible. I have little memory of what occurred after that, but the remains have vanished. I do remember clearly, though, that Liddy was kidnapped. If true, Dracula's bodily remains may be giving rise to this castle. Forgive me, this is all my fault. I'm not the one you should be seeking forgiveness from. You ought to apologize to Liddy first. We must hurry and find her. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll be off then. Maxim, I believe in you. Thanks, Juiced. And off he goes. Ah, yes, him. What a tool. It's not like anyone is cursed or something. Yeah. What did I miss out on while reading that? How did we not have a Jungle Book? There's actually, ooh, well, that's the poison status condition. You can enjoy some of this. I won't. Yeah, this area's neat looking. Anyways, in Birth by Sleep, there's actually a Jungle Book map in the game's files, but it goes unused. Appears to have been cut for either for time or because other worlds wanted to take up that space. I'm more leaning towards it's probably a time thing. It's kind of hard to say. Just keep watering this lawn unless, of course, the world comes to end or something. Paul Cooper, Dark Season 2. Let's see. Oh. Time is it? 11:30? This game goes by super fast. Like, 44% of the map. Look at that. Oh. Oh, no. That's not a boss fight I'm prepared for. I know what's behind that door. I'm not even, like, marginally ready for that thing. Luckily, it's completely optional. All it does is bridge the gap between 2 sections of this area. I don't think you get anything in particular for killing it either, just an orb. Let's see. We still have way more of this room to explore. I've been sort of, trying to figure out, like, during my practice run, I've been trying to figure out, like, how exactly I want to approach covering this one, because a lot of the game is just in service of filling out the map more and padding it. That's a satisfying slide noise. You mean that one? You want to see me take on the challenge? Alright, let's do it. I hit a save point, so we don't have to worry about losing any progress. We filled in this entire room? We have. Perry the Platypus should be a summon in Kingdom Hearts 4? Dude, I'd kill for that. Honestly, though, summons in Kingdom Hearts are never really all too useful. Oh, this isn't the boss I was thinking of. Alright, so this is the devil. He does curse. He's annoying. Come on. Come down here. Bitch. I don't know how much HP he has. Let's use a potion. I'm getting low on regular potions. Might have to go seek out the shop here soon. I know generally where it is. I might have to look it up. Because I'm pretty sure it's in the last section of the, like, the previous section of the castle that we were just in. Why is there still no FF World? No, the FF World is, it's, Hollow Bastion. That's where all the Final Fantasy characters are, like, from. Man, I'm getting my butt kicked. You can't slide while cursed. However, you can double jump. I know Hollow Bastion isn't from Final Fantasy. I'm saying that's where they're from, though. And I'm dead. You're excited for the new Phineas and Ferb movie? I did. Oh, yeah, the Candace one, right? That is exciting. Time is at 11:35. All right. Petition to set up a potion donation service for Nathan Graves, please. All right. Was a fun attempt at a challenge. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck around with him too much right now, because literally, like, almost immediately soon we'll have, like, better ways to deal with him. Only FF3 is Moogles? That's not true. A couple of the, boss designs are ripped from FF. I know, at the very least, the boss of the Frozen World is FF. Not gonna say it for those who have not played through it, but... It is a wasted effort. Rock that fell on me after the lamented super boss. I went back and watched that, and the audio from that is, like, absolutely fucking gold. It's probably one of the best moments out of my streams so far. Other than the entirety of Sonic Shuffle, the stream that shall not be named. I always forget to, like, go back and, like, relist that. with like a disclaimer explaining why it's so broken, and because, man, the video for that is so fucked up. Sonic shuffled my sanity. He really fucking did. And then fucking Knuckles picked it out of the deck and stole it from me. And then he rolled a 5 with it. Sonic received 200 rings from Eggman's grab bag. Meanwhile, Tails drowned in a lake. What do you mean you landed on the same square as Sonic? Fuck you. This thing, also locked, by the way. But that one's locked with a magic spell. This game. Some of its fucking excuses are just, like, too much. That's important, by the way. We have to remember that that's there for when we can actually get it. That's actually, like, really important. Being Sonic at the Olympic Games. I'm not streaming the Olympic Games. I'm putting that out there right now. Like, no fucking thank you. Those are Wii exclusive. I can't just, like, download an ISO with my setup. I don't even have, like, a fucking modded Wii. I would have to fucking buy the game at this point, because I don't want to put the effort into modding my Wii at the moment. It's got, like, important shit on there, you know? I got video games that you can't buy anymore. It's locked by the plot, yes. I do own the Sonic Tennis game, the Sega Superstars Tennis. It's not good. At the very least, it's a boring-ass tennis game, which... Honestly, hot take, all tennis games are boring, because tennis is boring. I don't like it. The souls of past Belmonts are always watching the current Belmonts to make sure they don't sequence break. The reason why Alucard's Dracula Castle is, like, so fucking messed up in terms of order that you can go through it in is because he's not a Belmont. No one's judging him. Only sport you like is basketball? Ha. Sports are for losers. Kidding. I'm just not a fan. Competitive eating. Good sport. Did we really not do anything up here? Oh, it's one of these. Fuck. Okay, sure. I guess that happened. Oh! We got a gold trinket! That was clearly a candelabra, but sure. What level are we? We are level 14! Is this a silver trinket? Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, I don't really play competitive video games at all. I get somewhat competitive with, like, Yu-Gi-Oh!, but, you know, that's about it. It's not really, my kind of thing. like, honestly, even then, I don't even drop a whole lot of money on Yu-Gi-Oh, being totally honest. A lot of it's just, like, I occasionally buy some packs, I get some good trades, and I just sort of end up with what I want over time. You like to beat up friends in Soul Calibur? I've never really played a whole lot of Soul Calibur. Alright. Nuked that enemy. Oh. Oh no. I don't trust this room. Fuck. Oh. Oh. What more? Fuck this darkness shit. Sora at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, probably. Oh! Aqueduct of Dragons. I really hope we don't die down here. If we do, I'll just reattempt the boss instead of re-exploring this area. Because these enemies are gonna be... yeah. really fucking strong. Oh well. To be honest, we're kind of exploring this area, like, a little bit early, so... Yeah, let's reattempt the boss a couple more times. We can re-explore that, like the stuff we just went through, next time. Just so we're not doing it back-to-back. You see, my favorite little piece of Kingdom Hearts trivia, so all of the organization names, they add an X to your existing name, and that's your organization name. They scramble it around, they give you an X. Thus, if you put Ansem into Organization 13, his name becomes, add an X to Ansem, mix it around, you get Mansex. Hold on, why am I not coding Shadow here? Hold still, you devil! Ansem is kind of rapey. You are correct in that. See, the tricky thing about this boss is that it forces you to be in the air a lot, and that is where Juiced is at his biggest disadvantage. Oh, fuck! Alright, note to self, he gives no iframes or knockback when he's, like, you know, overlaid with you, so you just kind of die immediately. Good. Oh my god. You're gonna go to sleep? Or, I'm sorry, Sneep? Good night, Whale. Yeah, have a good sleep. I should be doing that more often, honestly. When he lands to, like, punch me. So then I get in all 3 hits that can do. Honestly, what the fuck is happening with this devil spray? Like, what is his color scheme? Blue and brown? Oh my god, he did it again. He did it again! I'll use an uncursed potion. And a mana prism, why not? Second worst superhero costume, next to Bible Man. Jesus fucking Christ. Did you see how quick that was? Just one hit dead in like 2 frames. I don't know why this boss is like that, honestly. Give it like a couple more attempts. And then after that, I'll probably call it for tonight. Just because I don't want to get too deep into exploring this area. Honestly, next time we might just go back and like explore to hit some of the other bosses that I know we've missed that are all completely optional. Bible Man's color scheme is yellow and purple. Oh. Land, fucker. Okay, maybe not on top of me, though. Oh. I wish his movements were just a little bit more predictable. Like, I can't really judge where he's going for it at any given moment. Yep, nope. Fuck this. Alright. Oh my god. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to go back and go through some of the other areas. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to beat him like this. But it's pretty late for that. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, we'd have to, like, walk all the way back out through this area, and then we'd have to warp into the other area, and then walk out of there, which is... Nani! Literally what's fucking happening. I think I'm gonna transition to the post-stream a little bit early tonight, then, because... Oh my god, I'm feeling a little burnt out on this one. I always get that when I'm playing this one. the gameplay is so, like, unsubstantial in comparison to the other ones that it always just kind of burns me out. Not quite as bad as Circle of the Moon does with every moment of its existence, but this one still gets me sometimes. We're far from the perfect entries in the game, or in the series, let's just say. Symphony of the Night and Aria of Sorrow, this is not. I don't want to walk all the way back out there currently. But I know there's at least like 2 or 3 bosses that we could go do to get stronger for the devil guy. Or to go through the aqueduct area. Or hell, even to like maybe even find an item that lets us explore more up here in this area. I don't know. All I know is we're getting pretty far into the game now. You want those candles? Oh shit! Yeah, we could go back to our room, can't we? Let's do that. Let's have that be the ending. Let's deposit all of our items in our room. I hope Hugh appears somehow so we can kick his ass again. We got Maxim this time. Oh, we lost them when we died? Alright, let's go back and get them then. Yeah, they're up in the top of this area, aren't they? Why the fuck did I not... Oh, wait, I know why I didn't save that. It's because that was the run that I thought we were safe to go and go into the aqueduct, but we were not. New ass-kicking target? Yeah. Before it didn't matter because we had Walter. We knew who we wanted to, you know, whose ass we wanted to beat. The almighty scourge of the night, Walter. Man, how far up were these things? In my mother, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again, Dennis! That sounds like a fucking line out of an English localized card game anime. Like, imagine if, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Named Merrick Mark. That might be a better piece of equipment. And it is. Damn you, Michael. Hold on. Did I go to the wrong area to get... Oh, I did. I did. I know where they are. I mean, it's so good that we went up there. We needed to grab that stuff anyways. Grim Reaper, Grim Ronald. I need to know what Walter's name was in Japanese. I need to fucking know. Something tells me that his name is not supposed to be Walter. Like, someone had to, like, fuck up in the translation process, right? They wouldn't just name the main villain of a Castlevania game Walter. Right? Fuck. Like... Ralph became Trevor? Oh, you're right. Mm. Really reminds me of the Monty Python scene where they're talking about like a super powerful fucking like wizard dude or whatever, and the guy goes, "There are some who call him Tim." There, we got the candles. Let's go put them in our room, considering we have to head back that way anyways, and we can just exit out from there. Like I have to head. No, nope. It's just right there. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Apparently it was improv. The guy just forgot how to pronounce the character's actual name, so he just said Tim. I could believe that, honestly. Now, here's the weird thing about the warp points in this game. They're all only connected to specific spots. So instead of selecting warp points out of menus, you just kind of guess. And if like that sounds awful, then yeah, no, it's awful. See, we're apparently, yeah, we're really close to that room anyways. Ooh, how did I miss a high potion down here? Like the noise of the rubble falling. Yeah. This game's got some really nice sound effects and some good, like, audio design in it. They really did, I feel, some of the best, like, work they could have done with the Game Boy Advance with this one. I mean, Aria of Sorrow comes along to one-up it here soon, but, you know, that's because it's Aria. It kind of one-ups everything. That's, like, its selling point. Might as well have just put Best Castlevania on the back of the box, because it would have been true. Wait, which rooms don't have any sort of marking? Oh, no, as to which one leads where? No. Not at all. You just kind of have to guess. This castle is progressed through sort of like a series of linear levels, more so than others, that are just blocked off by magic doors that are locked. Eventually you gain the ability to walk between them easier, but at the moment they sort of just play like their own isolated little levels. Symphony at least had the animals, yeah. And Symphony had all the teleporters linked as well. Okay, can't do anything up there. Gonna keep going. What level are we? 15? 14 level ups a stream, that sounds about right for this one. The item he just dropped was a bangle. It's sort of a starter piece of equipment. One Saturn exclusive warp room just has a slightly different looking lion from the already used one. You can tell the difference, but it's very strange. Huh. Putting some furniture. There we go. Starting to get somewhere here. I don't know why he put this all the way over here. I'm sad that we can't sit in the chair. We can squat near it. But yeah, that's enough of this game for the night. Go ahead and... There we go. Alright, time for the post stream. Do about 25 minutes or so of it. The noise for when you slide on your butt is what I mentioned before. So yeah, post stream topics. I sort of had one that I wanted to bring up, kinda. My gamepad is dead in the corner. I just noticed. Sorry, buddy. Rest in peace. Yeah, something sort of came to my mind that, really fucking bugs me. And I'm not sure if I've talked about this before. I probably have, in some capacity, but I don't think I've ever dedicated any amount of, like, real time to it specifically. Whale mentioned something earlier about playing a game, Fire Emblem, and saying that, oh yeah, it's probably just my nostalgia or something, and I know exactly where that kind of line of thought comes from, and it bothers me. That line of thought sort of comes from the idea that there is sort of an objective measure of quality when it comes to, like, video games, you know? And, like, yes, to some extent, that's true. There's sort of I guess, an objective sense you can get from most pieces of media, you know, like if you're reading a book or something, and it's like, oh, look, there's a typo, that's an objective flaw, you can't really explain that one away, really. But it's much harder to make a case. Yeah, an objective measure of good and bad taste. Another good way to put it. When you're talking about video games specifically, you cannot make the case that there is an objective way to measure video games. Um, because by like the very medium itself, uh, the way that it's sort of structured, and what draws us to video games specifically as a medium, as opposed to like books or movies or TV shows or whatever else, YouTube videos, Twitch streams. Um, Video games are super subjective, like more so than any other piece of media, because not only do you have the like contents of the work that you have to consider, which to most people, especially those who go by death of the author, um, the contents of the book are judged sort of subjectively, or the contents of a movie are judged subjectively, as in each person will walk away with sort of a different sense of it. Like, what's a fucking good example? The Harry Potter movies. Let's choose a generic example that everyone's like fucking seen. The Harry Potter movies. Someone who's like just seen the movies and doesn't really bother with the books, and they walk away from it and they're like, man, I really loved that movie. I thought this, and this it did was really cool, and I liked that movie a lot. I give it a 9 out of 10. And meanwhile, like, some other person walks out of the same theater and they're like, man, that was like not really anything I liked. This is not the genre I like. This is just something completely different. This, and this, But like, the point still stands that they're sort of experiencing the same movie. With video games, it's very different. Because if I sit down and I play through Castlevania Circle of the Moon, I might have the experience that, oh my god, this game's a fucking nightmare. It's terrible. Nathan controls super stiff, and this one boss just kicked my ass for 30 minutes straight. Or like the final boss is just a mess, and man, I hated that. But, some other person could play it, like sit down and play it, and like they might get better card drops than me. That's one example that our playthroughs could differ. Or they might adjust the controls better than I did. Or they might not find the controls to be as bad. And, this isn't even taking into account that I played it on the Wii U Virtual Console with a Super Nintendo controller, whereas other people might have played through it on the Game Boy Advanced, or a DS Lite, or maybe they played it on a computer with an Xbox 360 controller, or maybe with their fucking keyboard. There's so much variance that goes into video games specifically that it is absurd that anybody thinks they can establish an objective measure of taste in the medium of video games. I'm not against people sharing their experience with the game. That's fine, That's sort of what reviews are. But what's not really okay is when, one, people start to take other people's reviews as fact, and two, when people start to take their own reviews as fact. That's another big problem. Because again, every single person will have a different experience with a video game. Everyone. And that's for something simple, like Castlevania. Imagine something super complex. Imagine saying something as big as a fucking open world game is objectively bad, quote unquote. A good example of this is Far Cry. Far Cry, I guess the one we can focus on here is Primal, I guess, because that's the last one I ever heard people really talking about. The reviews came out for that game, and the reviewers fucking hated it. And for a long time I thought, oh yeah, okay, I guess it's just a bad game, whatever. I'm not invested in Far Cry. I'm not a person who's like, oh hell yeah, Far Cry, I'm gonna sit down and play all those. Because I don't think I've ever played one, ever, in my life. But eventually I started to hear from a couple of friends that I have that, oh hey, they actually really like this Far Cry game. And they had a completely different experience from the game reviews that I saw. Okay. And I don't know, it's The fact that when that happens, the immediate assumption is just, oh, that person's wrong. Like, the immediate assumption that a lot of people have is just like, oh, you liked Far Cry Primal? Didn't you know it's actually bad? Or stop enjoying that video game because Mr. Review Man told me it was bad, or because I had a bad experience with it. I don't know. And I mean, there's certainly objective, sort of objective, quote unquote, still super subjective, but there's still, like, sort of agreed on consensus that, like, certain designs are bad. Like, certain gameplay designs are kind of bad. A good example is earlier we were talking about Orphan from Final Fantasy 13. That, like, that boss just has the ability to make it so that the game isn't playable anymore. It just sort of, like, decides, fuck it. And it can disable, like, everything that you can do for a certain amount of time. And it's like, okay, I'd agree that most people could agree that that's probably a bad idea. But if I encounter someone that's like, hey, I really like the Orphan boss fight, and it's because of blah, 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 I'll be like, okay, I can respect that opinion. And I can be like, maybe, you know, I disagree because of blah, 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 but, you know, ultimately, like, I don't really think it's up to anyone to change each other's minds on these kinds of things, I guess? I don't know. This game is shit and your tastes are shit. Sorry, kid. Actual comment I saw yesterday. Yeah, no, online discourse is full of this. And it's easy to get caught up in that kind of speech in, like, the heat of the moment. But, I don't know, it's just, it's not very good to do that? I don't know. Like, and I'm not saying it's like, oh, just stop having discussions about it, because still have discussions about it, you know? Like, I love discussing things like, you know, fucking Sonic 06 with people. Because it's, I mean, it's always a fun discussion, because I'm probably the only person they've ever met that, like, is like, yeah, no, that's a good game. I enjoy that game a lot. And yet, anytime it's online, I get replies like that exactly. That game is shit and your tastes are shit. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. But yeah, no, I guess just to make a long story short, making it seem like there is one objective measure of enjoying a video game or not enjoying a video game is really not good. And people should fucking stop doing that. And the people who keep contributing to the culture that leads to people doing that is, like, they're not great. And they need to stop it too. The influence of several different people pushing a certain narrative besides the raw facts is dangerous. It can make you begin to feel like you're weird or wrong for not feeling the same way. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to liken this too much, because going too hard in this direction is like grounds to get canceled for saying dumb shit. But it's very much so the experience of, like, any, like, marginalized group. And a lot of people don't really realize that a lot of it's sort of internal. And it really doesn't matter, like, what it is, you know? But a lot of it is just the experience of being on the outside, how everyone seems to be in the out group away from you. That's not good. And it definitely gets bad when it's like, when it starts influencing general culture, you know? Like, I was fucking bullied in middle school for liking Sonic. Like, straight up nastily, like, fucking bullied for that kind of shit. And that's not That's not okay by any means. At all, actually. Granted, the people who bullied me, last I checked, are now in prison, and I am, well... At least I don't think I'm in prison. I just realized I never even started music. Sure, this one. Good theme to play after I reveal that my middle school bullies are probably in jail. I don't know. I think a good chunk of it is just how toxic online gaming spaces are in general. Of course, when I say narrative, I don't mean like, oh, they don't like Sonic. I mean, oh, they're exaggerating things on purpose and shoving it down your throat. Yeah. No, you can definitely feel that kind of narrative coming about, like, especially out of certain YouTubers who sort of shove that kind of thing into videos that don't have anything to do with it. I gotta say, another one that, like, another group that I'm part of that sort of, you know, makes me feel sort of the same way is, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. As odd as that sounds. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is sort of being, like, known for being, like, the worst card game ever. And, like, don't get me wrong, it is definitely up there. The game itself is a train wreck. It got to the point, like, where literally the last, like, 2.5 years of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Were first turn kill deck, followed by another first turn kill deck, followed by a deck that sets up a completely unbeatable board on the first turn, followed by a deck that takes your opponent's entire hand and puts it into the graveyard on the first turn, followed by the same 3 decks being the top 3 decks for, not even kidding, a year and a half. I'm aware that the card game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a train wreck that really is barely enjoyable if you're trying to play at a high-tier competitive, like, setting. However, that doesn't stop me from enjoying fun games with friends, and anytime I mention to, like, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna call some of you guys out right now. Anytime I mention to fucking Magic players that I play Yu-Gi-Oh!, I always get a weird look from them. Always. Because I'm gonna be honest, as far as card game players go, Magic players have this stupid, like, smug sense of superiority more often than like, other card games I've found. And that's not to say that everyone who plays Magic is a bad person, blah, 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 because, you know, that's not nuanced. But I will say that a good majority of them have just, they've had this really smug attitude that I didn't appreciate, acting like they're above me and the card game that I choose to play. When in actuality, you know, it's all the same shit. You're still buying packs to get stupidly expensive pieces of cardboard that are also shiny, and then you wave them around at your friends in a made-up rule set. Like, but yeah, no, and like, this kind of thing, it also happens in, like, with other mediums. One thing that really bothers me is the general negative attitude that exists towards fans of Harry Potter, specifically. Like, I'm not gonna go out and be like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. I think, like, the last time I interacted with the Harry Potter media was, like, I watched one of the movies on TV a few years ago. I grew up with the movies. I think they're fantastic, and I love them. And I think I read the books like once or twice, but that was about it. I'm definitely not like a big active Harry Potter fan who's like super big into it, but all the time I see comments on people, like, the fucking read another book comments, or, like, no matter what, if you talk about Harry Potter on the internet, you get bullied for it. No matter what. And it bugs the fuck out of me. Like, oh no, these people are enjoying media that I don't. I need to bully them into submission to make them stop that. Where does that fucking mentality come from? How do you fuck up as a parent that bad to where your child's attitude towards other people enjoying things just snowballs into other people enjoying things that I don't enjoy is bad? I need to make them fucking suffer for it. A lot of it was, like, I feel like, a reaction to how widespread Harry Potter posts were. However, you should attack individual posts, you know, that are, like, stupid. But, like, someone going on Tumblr and being like, hey guys, look at this cool thing I did for Harry Potter, or look at this cool detail I found in the book that I don't think other people have considered before. Okay, I was wondering what the fuck this was. Like, those kinds of things being immediately, like, always met with fucking read another book, or, you know, just general, like, disparaging comments being like, fuck Harry Potter, you know. Bothers me. So there's a series simply named Bad Creepypasta. The hosts are genuinely very entertaining people, however they have, or at least used to have, a problem with what you're mentioning, like bad-mouthing all Harry Potter fans, or bringing up how bad Sonic is anytime there's a Sonic-related creepypasta. Yeah, no, I hate it when people do that. Because you gotta realize, anytime you do that, you're alienating a portion of your audience. Anytime. Like, ugh. I don't know. Especially when it comes to something like fucking Harry Potter or Sonic, which are so mainstream-wise, like, taken, like, as this, like, you know, oh, look, it's just bad or something, you know? Like, I've considered making a whole-ass video about how we talk about media matters, and how we consider, or, how we can accidentally alienate people and make people's lives and experiences online worse by generalizing like that. And it's, like, I might go through with it someday if I can ever get a coherent thought about it out, but I don't know. Like, I gotta say, one of the biggest lessons I've gotten in this is when I posted my Persona 4 Dancing All Night review. I think that's my third review? Might be my second one, I don't remember now. No, I think it's second. When I posted that one, like, it hasn't gotten a whole lot of views throughout the years. I think the most it ever received was, like, I want to say it was, like, maybe 60 total? I don't know. But even still, I got 2 comments total in the lifetime of that video. And both of them were in defense of Persona 4 Dancing All Night, a game that I absolutely despise. I think that is one of the worst rhythm games I've ever played. And there's nothing wrong with me making the video explaining why I think that. But if I were to go on and just say, like, constantly insist through all my videos that Persona 4 Dancing is just like a terrible game and there's just nothing good about it and it's all bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, I feel like that would be, like, not a good thing to do. There's one creepypasta they read that involved the GameCube memory card of all things. Don't ask, I don't remember. And the story, it sometimes mentioned a Sonic game being on the memory card. Every time one of them would say, bad game. Yeah, no, that's probably enough, honestly. I don't know, it bothers me that we have such a general disregard for other people's experiences in specifically video games. You don't see this as widespread with other pieces of media. Like, yeah, sure, you get, like, people who are, like, pissy that JoJo fans are everywhere, or pissy that, like, Harry Potter fans are everywhere. But you don't see it to the same level. And it goes in both directions. I'm typically terrified to mention that I don't like A Link to the Past in any, like, real space, because that typically gets me yelled at by whoever's there. Like, I don't like A Link to the Past. Sorry. It's probably one of my least favorite Zelda games that I've played. Right up there with the Oracle games. I don't like either of the Oracle games, and I don't like A Link to the Past. And yet somehow both of these opinions are, like, super controversial, and anytime I mention them I get strange looks and people get mad. And of course, the only response is to just get angry back, right? Because that's typically what happens, is it's like, oh, someone mentions Link to the Past, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really like that game that much. And they're like, what? You don't like A Link to the Past? How could you not like A Link to the Past? And the only way to really defend from that kind of thing is to, like, it feels like you have to get angry back. You have to match their energy, right? Because they're not going to listen to you if you just sit down and explain, like, yeah, the sword feels useless. I don't like the dungeon designs. I think the enemies are obnoxious to fight more times than they are fun. And none of them are like, yeah, I see that. Like, every time I just get like, oh, none of that matters, or, oh, who cares? It's such a good game. Real talk, I haven't heard, like, any reason as to why A Link to the Past is considered this amazing game. Like, I guess the music was pretty good, and the game has a pretty unique visual style, but that's really it. That's all I see in it. If I'm gonna play 2D Zelda, I'm gonna play Minish Cap. Anyways, it's 12:30. Tomorrow night, Sonic 06 will be continuing the DLC, and I did indeed get all of the gems, so look forward to that. I did some of the town missions. In fact, I think I did all of them as Sonic, just so we can still play them from the menus, but like, I used them so that I didn't have to grind the final level so much to get the final piece of equipment. But yeah, no, tomorrow night, more Sonic DLC. So, I guess we'll see where that goes. Other than that, yeah, thank you for joining me. Discord links down below if you want to join. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Good night, everybody.